Welcome to the Lads AM podcast, a show for those late night ramblings you only get when the rest of the world is asleep. This show is available in both podcast and Let's Play form. Check out our social media to find out how to listen the way you want to. Tonight, we are playing
Byro 3.5 Return to the Forgotten Realms. Alright, are we ready to start?
Gorp.
Alright, cool.
Gorp.
Because the first... Why are you guys going Gorp?
Gorp.
What did I miss? No, what I was gonna say is, I'm letting y'all know right now, I'm editing this episode. So if you say anything that you want cut, tough luck, it's not getting cut.
No, I'm going to message you while you're at work and I'm sitting at home doing absolutely nothing that there's something that needs to be fixed.
Uh-oh.
Even though I have complete access into changing it.
Okay, you're in charge of the thumbnail too.
He is.
I'm aware.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we'll be fine. Thankfully, I don't actually have work over the next few days.
That's crazy.
This is Banjo-Kazooie music.
This is a podcast, in case you forgot.
Yeah, it is.
Don't worry, I'm getting it all. I'm getting it all out for the half
I'm
hour.
playing Spyro.
Don't worry, guys. Just getting it all out of my system before we can start recording. Hey, wait a second. What's this music we're listening to?
Oh my god, he's green!
Look, hey, this game's wild.
Hey, look,
sure. What?
So, how have you guys been?
I've been good.
Same old.
That's good. This is my weekly check-in with you, Dustin, and my daily check-in with Matt. So.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I've been taking care of him, Dustin, don't worry.
Nice. Let's get here.
Yeah. He's not alone. He has things. He has people looking out for him.
I was down to Cape the past few days.
Oh?
Yeah. Our family
They transferred you all the way there? What a commute.
It's an insane route to give you.
How's Provincetown? How many dollars you deliver?
We didn't go to Provincetown. We never go that far into the Cape.
Really?
Yeah. Never been.
I've been to Provincetown. It's
Probably
fun.
my mom went when she was like a kid, but as a family, we never went that part. We're
Right.
typically around like Hyannis and the other whatever near Hyannis, stuff like that.
So who won? You, your brother, sister, and
Yep,
parents?
just us 5.
Nice.
Or just the 5 of
Yeah,
you? Alright.
just a chill little vacation. Didn't do anything too crazy.
What?
There's a
That's
there's a
fine.
mini golf place we go to all the time called Pirates Cove.
I think there's something.
Kind of a
Ooh.
chain thing.
Arg?
And they had like a gift shop across that's part of it. Like you would enter like the parking lot on the left side would be the actual mini golf course, and on the right would be like the gift shop. And the gift shop would be like the number one place to go after mini golfing all the time and get some ice cream over there. Apparently last year they tore it down.
Oh,
Couldn't
that
believe
sucks.
it.
The mini golf place?
Not the mini golf place, but just the gift shop.
Oh.
Oh, that's tradition after you mini golf. You go to the gift shop across the street, get
You
some
gotta-
ice cream and stuff, and some souvenirs that cost $20.
Exactly.
Where else am I supposed to get a
$20
parking knife for $35?
In what world is a gift shop not profitable?
Yeah.
Like, they're just trinkets. It's not like they go bad. They're just like trinkets that you sell for like 800% markup. What the
Now,
what the
It's just
like
parking.
the electricity? Oh god.
It's just
more
more parking.
parking.
God, you know that a mini golf course needs a parking lot 3 times the size of the mini golf course.
All you're doing is inviting more people. Dude, the only way that seems to make sense is if you want more people mini golfing. But if you don't make a bigger mini golf course, you're just gonna have the awkward backup, which is
Yeah.
the worst in mini golf. Is when you have a group in front of you. You have a group in front of you that hasn't finished, and you also have the stress of a group behind you.
Mhm.
You feel like you gotta go quick.
Dude, one night we went and there was like a family of 8 in front of us.
Oh,
Saying,
no.
luckily they picked up on, yeah, we shouldn't be doing this. They kind of split up into 4s, and the first roll like kind of went ahead a little bit by going faster.
Okay, that's
But
good.
the first few holes, I was like, oh no, why would you do
Yeah,
that? Who goes to mini golf in a group of 8?
Or Or if you're gonna do a group of 8, you let pretty much every group pass you.
Right. Yeah, but they did a good thing. It pretty much split
Are
two
you the
before pretty
That's-
quickly. So
They it's like when someone's child is crying and they very quickly just grab them and leave.
yeah.
And you're like, wow, that does not happen too often.
And then 5 minutes later, the police come. They're like, "Have you seen a shifty-looking person grab a child?"
Yes, I did, officer.
And then the Amber Alert comes in on your phone.
You're like,
and
"Oh,
you're
no,
like,
I'm a
shit,
witness."
wait a minute.
You know, typically it's an adult that is already near the child. You know, you would assume it's like their parent.
Yeah, well, you know what they say about assuming, Matt?
Dude, a baby just starts crying and some random adult just walks up and
Just
grabs
spawns
them
in.
and walks away. It just brings them somewhere else and then they come back. The
Yeah.
adult comes back. The kid is gone. And it's like,
Hey,
dude should not have been crying.
Not that I endorse it, but that would be a genius tactic. Just taking an already crying child.
Yeah.
No, it was
I'm like,
suspected.
well, no. I mean, people like look over at you like, is that your child? And you're like, do you want to keep listening to him? I'm like, all right, proceed. What movie was it that I saw? The same theater that I saw Quiet Place in that had people talking. It was some movie that had like I remember it being a kids movie because I felt kind of weird complaining that there were a bunch of kids there. I forget what it was.
The boy in striped pajamas.
Dude,
Yeah?
yeah, there were definitely. Yep.
I don't know. I
I
never
saw
watched
that.
it. I know there's a.
You know, there's a boy in striped
Yeah, that sounds like a
pajamas.
kid's movie.
I mean, there are kids in it.
Ah,
There's
perfect.
adults too.
My
so
mom
it's fun for the whole
watched that
family.
movie, and my mom watched that movie and didn't know what it was at first.
No point.
'Cause I remember she came home.
Yeah.
She was on like vacation or something, and her friend watched it, and she was like, "I did not know what it was gonna be."
It's like the kid. He goes like I think he goes to I think it's like a coming of age, like goes to camp type of movie. Yeah, I think
He makes a friend. He makes a friend.
yeah. Yeah,
legitimately
I
never
think,
watched
I think it's a great movie.
Dude, I heard the movie ends with them cooking or something.
Oh wow.
Yo, speaking of,
Is it fucked up that we're laughing about this? Or?
well, I think you're really,
That's fine.
nah, it's fine.
How many years has it been?
Oh my god.
Just let it go.
It's like,
Just let it go.
look, we get
What
it.
is this?
Speaking of cooking, I realized something. So
Yeah?
I
You hate it?
came up with a theory. No, well, I do hate cooking.
Cooking theory.
But
New
Okay.
channel.
game theory. No, it's another theory.
Podcast theory.
Podcast
catch
theory.
that.
No, it's another SpongeBob theory, actually. Because at work, we had a lobster lunch. Where all
Yeah.
the residents got lobster. It went smoother than expected. Actually, I thought it was gonna be terrible. I did have to go and help because normally I only do dinner, but I did have to help out because every single resident needed their lobsters cracked for them. Because you know,
Oh, boy.
they're all weak in arthritis. And...
Sounds like it might not have been a wise idea to give him lobster.
Look, they wanted it. Like they asked
Okay.
for it anyway. There was the lobsters were kept in the fridge, and I remember, and I had
Mhm.
forgotten about that it was lobster. It was going to be lobster day the next day, so I just saw 2 big boxes that said fresh seafood that don't look normal. Like I've never seen them before, and I'm like, oh, what is this? And then I lift up the box, and it's just like 3 lobsters like looking at me, moving around, and I'm like, oh, this is really fresh seafood. And I put the cover back on. A couple things. One, they looked pissed, and I don't blame them. They probably knew what was going to happen to them. They're about to get steamed the next day. But I realized that lobsters are a dark color. They are not red. They are not bright red.
They're only red
Yeah.
after
They're-
cooked.
They're all red
Yeah,
after they're cooked.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about that, and I'm like, why is Larry the lobster red? Because he's tan. Because he spends all his time at the beach. That's why he's bright red.
Hmm.
That's right.
You know what, Matt? I think that's a solid theory.
That's my theory. Where's my 200 views,
I think-
YouTube? I said talked about SpongeBob. Come on.
We got a thumbnail for you, Robert.
Dude, I'll be
Yeah,
sure to make. I'll be sure to make the title. Dude, the reason Larry is red? What? Make it as clickbait as possible. Don't worry, I got you.
Yeah, no, it was kind of funny because I think when the lobsters are in the fridge, they're kind of docile because they're like cold.
Yeah.
They have like cold packs on them. Because once you
when I'm cold.
True. You know, a little bit of hibernation, if you will, some diet hibernation. But when you bring them out of that and you start to, like, the cook that was doing lunch was like putting them into trays to go into the steamer. And they were kind of like some of them were feisty, man. Some of them fought back.
I can't believe you killed a bunch of lobsters.
I didn't do it. I was merely a bystander.
Now here's the big thing,
Witness murder.
Dustin.
Yeah.
Dustin, how do you kill a lobster when you're cooking it?
You just chuck them in boiling water.
Yeah.
Well, in this instance, they were steamed, so you put them in a box that's filled with steam, much like Boy in the Striped Pajamas.
Fun fact.
Who is on my side, Georgia?
Yeah, fucking Peto 1 and Peto 2 over here being like, you gotta kill each one individually, because that makes it better.
Oh, no, I mean,
You're
no,
supposed
it's
to
definitely messed
stab
up that
'em.
you kill them in the midst of cooking.
For the sea bugs.
That's totally messed up. There's been proven that there's no reason to kill them, like, in the midst of cooking. You can just kill them beforehand and then cook them.
Yeah, you can do it right beforehand. You can't do it, like, way beforehand, because then they're not safe.
That's why there's no reason to just chuck them alive in boiling water. That's messed up.
But, you know. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe... Again, I didn't cook them. I was merely watching as a bystander. As someone who's never cooked lobsters, who has never cooked
I
lobster
want you to
before.
never forget that, Matt.
I'll never forget, man. Never forget. Add that to the list of things I'll never forget.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe the rules are a little bit different when you're cooking like 70 of them. That's the only thing.
70
I
dead
can
lobsters.
think. I don't know. I took a picture of one that looked real pissed to be there, and I was like, "Damn, bro. Good luck,
Yeah?
man." Yeah, I've had lobster before, but I never did the whole thing. Like the whole
Never did the whole
yeah, like where you have to like I've had like lobster rolls and stuff, so I knew going in that I had like
Okay.
lobster, but I had never done the whole like
thing. Ooh.
you gotta twist the tail off, and then you gotta crack the claws and all that.
I only did that once,
Matt.
and I had no clue to do it. I kept having to have my mom help me do it.
Yeah,
I was just so lost.
three-
I'm like, I'm doing what you're telling me. It's just cracking the whole. It's crushing the whole thing now.
yeah.
The three of us should do a Kid Nation.
A Kid Nation.
We tried that.
We
They
should-
turned us
Yeah,
away.
we cook a chicken, but we have to like kill it ourselves and do everything.
God.
Oh no, yeah. Rob, next time we go camping, bring a live chicken and we'll do it.
Dude, here's the thing. I'm being honest, all right? I have always wanted to try to degut a chicken. I think it's an interesting thing.
Why specifically a chicken?
How is it that I've
What was that? Why a
Yeah.
chicken?
Why don't you want to degut anything else?
Well, because if I said a fucking human, I'd probably get
There are
arrested. I don't
so
know.
many options between a chicken and a human.
the living?
Okay,
I
but
think-
like chicken, I think is chicken is the most common thing that gets like killed and like the organs taken out of.
Okay, that's all I want to know.
Chicken, turkey,
Yeah,
I
they don't
mean,
handle a leper
pretty
on
much
me.
any bird. Just well, I don't know why you asked.
Let's
I mean,
bring an
it's
extra-
the most normal thing.
Because of like a cow or something. Because of anything. Lots of food get
You don't
degutted.
take the organs out of a well. I guess you do,
Yeah.
but I don't know. A cow
Make
seems
burger.
like way harder.
Cow
There's a lot more to a cow than a chicken.
cow to burger speed run. Oh yeah, we call this stomach skip.
my
it's- Damn. You want to kill a chicken? That's such a weird.
No, he wants to
You think
degut
he-
it.
wants a de-gutted chicken.
Well, I'll kill it as well.
I like the idea that we've known each other for quite a while, yet we can still learn things, as Rob has a desire to de-gut a chicken. Not something I would have assumed from him, but I think it's pretty cool.
It's the Boy Scout in me. I think it's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to get your de-gutting merit
Word
badge?
boy in Boy Scout.
Yeah. Well, I'm not allowed to get merit badges anymore because I'm 18 or older.
Oh, well, come on. Okay. We can.
Dude,
That's what I'm gonna
earlier
say from
today
now
I was.
To avoid getting old, I'm just gonna say I'm 18 plus. That's really all people ever need to know.
Dude, that's just the same as when someone asks you if you're how old you are. You say old enough.
Earlier
Same.
today, I was in a Twitch chat.
Yeah.
And someone was talking about them versus the younger generation, them being 31. So I tried to say, I hope I'm not part of the younger generation because I'm 25. I mistyped and said I'm 15. And immediately corrected to 25 and said, imagine if I was 15 again. Holy shit.
Oh, the movie with Zac Efron?
What?
17 again.
Never saw that. Never even heard of it.
No. Damn.
I'm glad Dustin said it, not
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, because I definitely expected you to know that movie.
My brain went to like 16
Hey,
cats. Debbie
you
Ryan.
might have.
That was the first thing I thought of.
Who? Debbie Ryan?
Wasn't it Debbie Ryan in that one?
Bailey?
16 Candles?
Bailey.
Yeah, Bailey.
Bailey, yeah.
Yeah.
Bailey.
Do you mean 16 Wishes?
Ah, dang. I knew it was just as her candles.
Close. Basically the same
Hey,
thing.
she had 16 candles in the movie.
And
Hey, you blow out the candles to get a wish.
Yeah.
and you get
So,
16. Wait a minute, you get one wish per candle? Oh my god, my ratio is awful. I was just doing one for the batch.
So it was just one. You should have been just
What?
sitting there for like 2 minutes thinking about it.
I had 6. I had so many wishes.
You had 25 recently.
Dude, I didn't do one.
Matt, how does it feel to be old?
I don't know. You tell me, bro.
Oh, it's horrible.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I got access to my classroom finally.
Nice.
You found the key?
Yeah. There was a lot of random shit left behind.
Is it like clues?
What do you mean?
Did they like set up like an ARG
Oh, I
in
wish.
your
nah.
room?
Although I did have to piece together that the room was probably most recently a math classroom, but at some point it was definitely a social studies classroom. Because there was also social studies stuff left in the room.
Like maps.
And then oddly there was a book on origami.
Yes, when you're done with math. What else do you do?
And the guy out of the room before you was
Nah.
an interesting guy.
I befriended a new art teacher who's at the same school as me. So I plan on reaching out to her and being like, hey, you want this book on origami? Maybe you can do that with the kids one day.
Oh, perfect.
God, I would not want to try to teach kids origami.
Dude, that's one of the easiest. Well, easiest in terms of getting materials out.
Oh yeah, paper.
Hardest in terms of these kids you're gonna want to kill them afterwards.
Actually, I'd love to teach them origami. I would just do it really fast in front of them. It's like, okay, go ahead.
Go for it.
That's a free 45 minutes for me. You know, it's art. It's also jokes. Like, oh yeah, it's perfect. Make another one.
I'm Mr. Beast, and I made my friends do origami.
I got 100 middle schoolers to do origami.
If any of them can make a bird with flapping wings, they'll get $1 million.
I got 100 middle schoolers to make origami. Whatever they make, I'm gonna give to them. This one somehow made the newest Tesla.
This one somehow made a car, so bring in the car.
You ever see that one? Was like whatever you build in Minecraft, I'll give to you or whatever.
I think
Wait, is that an actual Mr. Beast
Yeah,
thing?
except
Yeah,
they
it
didn't all
is.
get it. He had to pick whoever did like the best build, and then whoever won would get whatever they just built.
Wasn't it like a spoiler? Wasn't it like a PC setup? I think.
It might have been. I know a lot of people were asking for PC setups. Remember one person like built like a college and a money sign next to it, asking to pay for his student loans.
Dude, that's brilliant.
Just do a big building and it's fucking Sally Mae or some shit.
Like some people like built like a house, like I want a house. It's like, oh, I guess I have to get him a house if he wins it.
I guess. Dropping the bucket for old Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
What would you build if you had to build something in Minecraft, trying to win a competition, but also you get what you build? What are you building?
Are we assuming I'm good at Minecraft in this situation, or?
No, you are as you are in.
Oh, I'm
You just have to try. You just have to try your best.
This is gonna be.
I would just put down a solid gold block. Listen, man, I'm really not good at building in Minecraft, so this would be good for me if you got it.
Dude, you just put down you put down a zombie, and now Mr. Beast has to create zombies. Or like a skeleton, and Mr. Beast has to spend all of his money and resources into reanimating a skeleton.
I just
and
wanted
then
archery
teach it
lessons.
True though.
Elytra. I want wings. I want bioengineered wings to let me fly places.
What were you gonna say, Robert?
I don't remember now.
Oops.
I just built a decent sized sidewalk,
Oh,
and I'm like, I want these all around my city, please.
I think
You build the concept of urbanism. Please bring this to my city.
I have built Mr. Beast, Jimmy, if I can. I have built a walkable city. Can I please have one of those, please?
Matt, I'm surprised you didn't say cul-de-sac.
That's the second part. My selfish goal, my selfish wish is for a cul-de-sac. My doing
Your
good.
wish to better the world.
I want a cul-de-sac in a walkable city.
Nice. Mr. Beast, I've built a bike lane.
A simple bike lane.
Built with bollards in the full 10 yards. I want this, please. All around my city. Please give me protected bike lane.
Dude,
Please.
I just built the fucking plan, and he's like, all right, all you got is a globe. And I'm like, fuck.
Wait a minute. I didn't think this through. Dude. Okay, we get a cul-de-sac. Okay. I want a cul-de-sac.
Is
I
this
know
the,
you
is the
do.
thing you're on? You want cul-de-sac?
Yeah.
Oh, have you not been here
Do you
for him
not-
talking about
Do you
this?
not know
He wants a cul-de-sac. He wants each of us to have our own house on it.
Mhm.
That way, if he wants to get to any of us, he can just walk over.
Yeah, and then we can all play D&D, and then people can just walk home because we all live in a cul-de-sac. I want a nice cul-de-sac. I want a big fountain in the middle that looks nice, and you can drive around it. We'll have a park. Everyone can park places. We won't have to worry about parking, especially in front of my house. God knows you don't need parking there. And then we can all just hang out. But we all have our own houses. And then when we want to do the podcast, we just go over to someone's house, and then we want to play D&D, come over to my house. Dude, it's just the life. I want to live like Ed and Eddie without the Canker sisters. It'd be it'd be nice. So if anyone out there has a cul-de-sac they're looking to get rid of, here's my number.
There was a house that was put up for sale in, I think it was Michigan, that went up for $1.
Are they trying to get rid of it?
It's in really bad shape.
They are just looking to get rid of it.
Basically. That being said, as the news put it, they already have multiple offers, and it's likely that the actual price the house goes for will be somewhere around $40,000 to $50,000.
Yeah.
Still very low for a house.
Yeah.
And some
But like not
real estate
$1.
asshole is gonna totally transform into something else, sell it for $2 million or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, someone's
yeah.
gonna buy it and make it an Airbnb or whatever, and like, you know.
Yeah.
Then make
'Cause,
you
you know.
clean it, even though it's their fucking job to be cleaning it.
Yeah.
Dude, imagine if housing was just like, affordable. Wouldn't that be crazy?
Imagine if there was like
the
a limit to how much you could charge someone for living in a place. Wouldn't that just be nuts?
Dude, whoa! What are you, a fucking liberal?
No, I'm a
What if, like, we
socialist.
punish people for just having empty houses and rentable rooms? What if we like tax
Yeah.
them on that, huh? What if it was
How
like, hey,
about we-
still you're gonna be giving us money?
Whoa, let's make it better, Dustin. You ready? When they can't afford to pay us, we charge them even more!
Crazy.
Why?
Dude, insane. I love it.
What? Okay, I see all these apartments being built, but why are they all luxury apartments?
Yeah.
Just luxury apartments left and right. It's like, I don't want luxury. I want a studio apartment that doesn't cost me $3,000 a month.
It's so insane how expensive.
I wish I could
just
go
a
back to
studio
when I
apartment
could.
is.
I want to go back when I could buy my house for like 46 berries.
2 of your finest cows.
Yeah, I'll give up 2 cows for an apartment.
Matt, 2 cows, but one of them is Vernal.
I have to get. What do you mean? How do I give up Vernal?
Vernal's real.
He's real?
I don't know, sure.
You just gotta
maybe.
give him a spring. Just the
That
concept
would
of
be
spring.
That would be so scary. If my D&D character became real.
A walking cow man, yeah.
A walking cow man. Actually, I think we'd get along great.
Pretty sure it's
I
scary.
I mean, you get along well with most people, I feel like, so.
Yeah, but we would understand each other because he is just me.
yeah.
True.
No, I've never self-projected on a D&D character before. What are you talking about?
Dude, me and Zephyr would just constantly fight.
You would constantly fight with a teenage girl.
Yes.
I would love to see that.
You know what the worst part is? I'd probably lose every fight.
I would love to see Rob, who can be kind of stubborn, fight with an even more stubborn teenage girl who also has magic powers
And mother issues.
and mommy issues. Yes, we're familiar.
Oh, hi, Spot.
Yeah, Dustin, you think you get along with your D&D
Yeah.
characters?
Oh,
As long as you're not by a cliff.
Pretty much, yeah.
But just as long as you're not by a cliff.
Just stop
Oh,
giving us
boy.
elevated surfaces. I don't know what you expect me to do.
God forbid I try to add some depth to my goddamn
You
battle
don't get,
map.
and then I utilize it. I don't know what to tell you. Why wouldn't I do that?
I don't know.
I'm in a
sick
fight
of
next to a cliff. Why wouldn't the first thing I do be okay? Bye.
I'm so sick. I'm just so sick of you throwing my enemies into a pit. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make a pit. I'm gonna make an endless pit, right?
Mhm.
And every enemy that you throw down that pit, you're just gonna have to fight at some point.
Yeah, I'll just find a
They're
new
ju-
pit to throw them down.
They're just all gonna be in a room. Every enemy you've ever thrown off an edge. They're all just gonna be in a room waiting for you.
The entire big ship crew from the flying ship is gonna be there.
And they've been training. They've been trading this whole time.
They've been doing ballet to work on their balance. Yeah, that's one day you'll see.
They've just been punching each other constantly so they can resist the stunning strike.
Just banging their heads against the wall, trying to stay longer conscious.
That's how they up their constitution. Damn. We might actually play D&D this week.
Yeah,
Wouldn't that be crazy?
it's been a while.
It's been a
Ow,
while.
that really smarts. No problem, though. We've got more bombs.
Matt, can I ask you something about last week's episode?
Oh god, what happened?
Did you do that on purpose?
What?
The description?
The description?
Perhaps even lower in the
God,
description,
What?
where it says the game that we're playing.
No, oh no, I did not. What
didn't?
happened? I forgot.
Did you actually not?
I completely forgot about that. Well, yeah. What is this?
Why? What's the game?
What is the
Black
game?
Ops.
Is it
really?
actually?
It worked.
Matt, you're not messing with me. You didn't do that.
I am 100% not messing with you. I did not change.
Oh
I did
my
Right
not
down the
change
bottom,
that.
see if anything showed up. It says Black Ops.
No way.
I completely forgot about that.
We tricked
It
it.
worked.
Oh my god.
So guys, what game are we playing this week, huh?
Left 4 Dead 2. Boy, do I have fond memories of Left 4 Dead 2.
Left 4 Dead 2
Dude.
was such a great game. Really iconic for its time.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so glad. My favorite character in Left 4 Dead is clearly the kangaroo.
Left 4 Dead?
Left 4 Dead.
Left 4 Dead.
Left 4 Dead.
Left 4 Dead. Dude, Left 4 Dead 2 is insane. It's crazy how good of a game it is.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Left 4
Oh,
Dead
that's
2 is a good zombie game.
Yeah, I completely. Yeah, we did that. I completely forgot about that.
That's incredible.
So
It
it does
is.
just try. I love how it's insane that there is an actual game being played.
And YouTube just ignores it.
Ow!
I wonder. I guess yeah. It just ignores it. It's like no, they whatever game they talk about in like a short time span.
That's the game they're playing.
It must
clearly.
be the game they're playing.
Even
Yeah.
though there's someone who announces it in the first 10 seconds. The game that they're
Now here's what I'm curious about. When you upload the videos, do you set them to like gaming or something?
No, not at all.
So we could presumably not even be playing a video game. And just say a game over and over
We
again.
need to remember
Yeah.
that for the next IRL one.
True.
Dude, we just say Minecraft over and over again.
I love Minecraft. No,
The most realistic version of Minecraft
No,
ever.
we
Yeah,
love Left 4
so-
Dead 2.
We do love Left 4 Dead 2.
So all of the
This is amazing Left 4 Dead 2 that I'm playing.
So all of the settings for the uploads are all default. Like I have set them to be default.
Hmm.
It's why the description every single time has the links and stuff. I just set that as the default thing. I never change it. Yeah, I didn't do anything.
That's great. I
So
love
just
that.
So YouTube's listening to our podcast. Dude, can we get some algorithm, please?
Please?
Can I get
please?
Can I get a crumb of algorithm, please? Just a crumb.
Spare algorithm?
It's the fucking Mega Mind. It's like
No algorithm?
No algorithm. 52 episodes, no algorithm.
I see.
Gorp. Visual representation of our views. Gorp.
The dog in the air is a SpongeBob episode. And then there's Orp.
Gorp. It's so. Why does he do? I mean, at least my cat does a similar thing where she'll just kind of plop over in
Same.
random spots. But she doesn't do like a jump beforehand. It's not like a body. It's not like their body's trying to do a body slam off the top rope.
And that's just all natural dog right there.
Just dog on 3 brain cells.
Yeah.
1 for eating, 1 for sleeping, 1 for gorping.
Gorp?
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 What is this all about?
It's a tweet I shared a couple times.
Yeah, it's just a dog. It's a dog that runs and then suddenly like jumps and falls on its side, and he goes gorp.
Oh.
Gorp.
It's the funniest
Yeah.
video ever.
It's so like, why did he do that?
Why'd he just jump in the air and land directly on the side? And
What?
why was his response gorp?
Ready?
Gorp? What convinces a dog to do that? That's the thing about funny animal videos, which is why I think they're always like, there's a degree of them that it's always funnier than humans. It's because I don't know why you don't know why they did the thing that they did.
Yeah.
It's like, why? What was
The
going
dog's
through
brain
their
is an
head?
enigma.
And then it's the Patrick the milk spilling over. Damn.
Well, I finally succumbed to my social media needs. I went back a step, you could say, in the 5-step plan. I downloaded the Reddit app.
You downloaded Reddit.
Oh, you downloaded the official Reddit app?
Yeah, I just got to the point where it's like, okay, I keep getting to a point where I'm done scrolling on Twitter and I need something else to scroll on. So I downloaded
Reddit.
the official Reddit app.
Hmm.
Not bad. There's some
it's
stuff
not-
I'm not a huge fan of. It's different than the app that I did have. Not big on the suggested subreddits that they keep throwing at you.
Yeah, it's funny because they'll suggest a subreddit to me, right?
Mhm.
And for whatever reason, I'll click on it, and then I get nothing but that subreddit and other subreddits like it. I have fallen so deep down the chess rabbit hole on Reddit.
See,
I don't know why, but you know,
I've had the exact
down there I am.
opposite experience where I'll see a subreddit keeps popping up and just like, this seems like a good subreddit. I think I'll subscribe to it or join it. Apparently, it is now. And so I'll click join, and I'll just never see anything from that subreddit again. Even though I'm literally subscribed to it, and it's never
there
shown
are
on my
some
homepage.
subreddits. There are some subreddits that are just like not that active.
I guess, yeah, but you're able to find 50 posts
Like,
a day
um,
for suggested, but once I actually subscribe, it's like, never mind. But
Oh,
I'll
no,
show
no,
you like
that's
3
fine.
more subreddits that are the exact same thing, just with a different name. Like
Because
today,
like I know there's this one subreddit I'm in that's about the Pan American Highway that like never gets things.
fair. Like just today, I subscribed to Explain This Joke. It's where like you like post memes and you just don't get and ask for an explanation. And I kept showing up, so I was like,
Yes.
I'll join. I need a fair share of jokes explained to me. This could be good for me. And
Dude, I definitely need that.
yeah, and the top comment's always pretty good at explaining what the joke is. I join it. Never again do I see that subreddit. But I see like 3 more subreddits, all called some variation of Peter Explain This. Because it's a reference to like when there's a meme and they get Peter to explain it. Peter Griffin from Family Guy.
And the guy, yeah.
To explain like
Oh.
painful detail. And like, when I look in the comments, there is like some new Peter meme. It's just the top comment saying, "Oh, this is what the joke is." It's like, I already subscribed to a different subreddit. Why are you showing me this one? It's the exact same thing. Which
I
I've
think
now
I have
learned from the Reddit app is just all subreddits pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just
I think.
a bunch of different. Whoever gets the best name really is gonna be the most popular one.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think I don't use Reddit a lot. I think I've followed or I've joined or subscribed or whatever the word is.
Yeah.
To maybe like a combined like 5.
Really?
I don't use Reddit.
Huh.
I only get links to Reddit on stuff.
That's fair.
I use Reddit a bit.
Yeah.
I got the. I know. I am in the Scott Pilgrim subreddit because I posted something there once.
Mm.
There's one subreddit called, I think, what is it called? It's like it's something like Desired Paths or something. Desire Path. Yeah. It's basically pictures of when people. You ever see like a path that's not actually a path, but it's just like enough people have people have decided to do the skip where it becomes a path. It's basically just a subreddit of all of those.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. There was one time, it was a really funny one where one of these paths had sprung up. The people who like own the land built it into a real path, and then another one sprung up just before it. Because no one wanted.
Yeah, sometimes people just love walking where they're not supposed to.
I do it all the time. When I'm leaving work, instead of going up the path, like up the path, because I have to go up a hill basically, I just like climb over the mulch. I'm like,
Yeah.
It's a skip. I'm saving 3 frames by doing this.
Well, what's the frame rate of real life?
Call it mulch skip. I don't know, 60, 24.
I'm pretty sure I'd read somewhere that someone had calculated the frame rate that our eyes perceive real life.
Is this real life?
I feel like I had read that somewhere. And it was like not as high as you would think. I forgot what it was. It was something like 140 or something, maybe 150.
I'd buy it. Yeah, man, my eyes are 24 frames a second because my life be like a movie. That's a film.
Dude, one of my eyes is 24 and the other one's like 37.
37.
Yeah, just like real awkward.
37. Something at 37 frames per second.
You needed to save those 3 frames. Couldn't do 40 frames per second.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called yeah. He's a speedrunner, dude.
Bro.
You know, that's what Ghibli films are animated in 37 frames per second. No one really talks about it, but
Pluto the Rhino.
Yeah, actually, there's actually this thing at Cartoon Network where they to make things look more unique, they animate everything at 34 frames per second. And it was this rule that was throughout the whole company. If you want to learn more, look up Cartoon Network Rule 34.
good one.
That was a long attempt for that joke.
I mean, say it faster, fucking speedrunner, man.
Yeah.
Rob wakes up in the morning and eats his coffee and bagel at the same time. Call it breakfast skip.
Matt, you excited for the Scott Pilgrim anime?
Yeah, actually. Was it you that shared the thing about oh, what was it? No, I don't think it was you. You shared it, which is the first time I saw it. But there was a tweet that I saw that was talking about the discourse surrounding it.
Oh yeah.
And it was like all of the I don't remember what it was, but basically it was like the 2 worst sides of the Scott Pilgrim fan base.
Oh yeah. It was like the annoying guy saying that the girl with dyed hair and BBT are gonna hate this, and the girls with dyed hair and BBT are saying the most annoying guy you know is gonna hate this.
It's an annoying guy that wants to date high schoolers, is what
there
it
it
was.
is. Yeah.
It's like both sides hate each other.
Pluto the
Which is entirely true.
Yeah.
Scott Pilgrim has which is it's a little bit weird to think about, But Scott Pilgrim has a similar representation to Weezer, I think. Whereas like there's just like a fan base around it that people just hate.
Right.
One and it's you know, it's a struggle sometimes being a fan. But like, yeah, Scott Pilgrim definitely has the group of people who basically the key way to figure out is if you have met a good Scott Pilgrim fan or a bad Scott Pilgrim fan, especially if you're talking about the movie, is you just have to ask them, what do you think about the character Scott Pilgrim?
Mm-hmm.
It's very easy. If they say, oh, love that guy, he's really cool, go get away.
Yeah.
Run away as fast as you can. But if they say, oh, Scott Pilgrim in the movie, he's a piece of shit. He is an awful person until the end of the movie. If they give you that answer, then you're good. That's the green flag answer.
But then there are people who go too far in hating him and almost ignore the part where he redeemed himself in the end. It's like, okay, well, you weren't paying attention.
Okay, yeah, all right. Yeah.
You were too busy not liking a bad person in the movie. Although I saw some people talk about how they theorize that people focus on him like dating a high schooler in the movie thing. How like people would like to hyper focus on that.
You
think it might have something to do with the fact that like the comic did a way better job of having the characters rag on Scott for it than the movie did.
100%.
Really,
Yeah.
Is that the case? I don't know much about the comics though.
In the movie, it's just kind of like, I think Kim makes like one comment on it.
Yeah, it's brought up like 3 times total, maybe, like how it's a bad thing.
But yeah, in the comics, they're constantly telling him it's bad, especially when he meets Ramona,
Right?
And he starts like basically cheating on both of them. And same, yeah, Scott Pilgrim's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, the movies, the books, I can't. How many different medias can I name? The comics.
Yeah.
Anime.
The anime is comic. Not yet. That's what we're waiting for. Waiting on the anime. Yeah, the comics are also. They also do the high schooler in question named Knives. They do her way better too.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
And she was kind of done dirty in the movie.
He knocked the highlights out of her hair. I love that movie so much.
By the way, if it's not abundantly clear, I have not seen Scott Pilgrim anything, so.
You could not name a single actor in Scott Pilgrim.
A single actor? Probably not. I thought you were going to say I couldn't name a single movie. I was like, there's Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Not to spoil it, but I think if he saw the main character, he would know his face. I think he would know his face at least.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, I think I would recognize
he's
Scott
the guy.
Pilgrim.
He's the guy. I know him.
He's the guy.
I don't recognize him. I'm just saying I don't know anything about it.
Arrested Development. And then she pulls that out. Oh, Dustin, I wanted to run something by you.
Run it by me.
Yeah, so if we ever do the movie commentary, like bonus content I want to do at some point, I think I've decided the first movie I want to do.
What's that?
Robots.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Right?
I loved that movie as a kid.
Isn't it? Because I think we've all seen it. Because Rob, you said you've seen it, right?
I saw it when it like first came out a long time ago.
Dude, I saw it. I played the game that was on my mobile phone at the time.
Mobile phone?
Dude, no. I was gonna say mobile phone.
Yeah.
I played a game. Wait, is that different from the video game that was on PlayStation?
Probably. It was just like a mini game that was on my flip phone that I had. I don't remember what it was right now, but I know it was robots themed.
Yeah, I
play that game all the time.
If I'm remembering that movie clearly, that movie is gonna look so dated.
Probably.
Like, I don't think that CGI has held up well over the years.
There's probably parts of it that haven't. I think the robot. If I'm remembering the main character right, he still looks pretty good. The world looks really good, if I remember correctly.
Well, if you had to see him moving though.
I do have to see it moving. I do have a still image in my head. You're correct.
Yeah.
Ugh. No, I think it would be.
It can look pretty as a screenshot, but who knows? You gotta see it moving. It's a movie.
Yeah. Movement is important to that. No, I think that would be a good first one to do.
Yeah.
I also kind of just want to watch that movie again. Because I vaguely remember the plot. I remember the little robot. The little robot that the main robot had that could fly around. I wanted one of those so badly.
This is what we do: we start doing one a month, right?
Yeah.
And we just alternate between who picks the movie.
That sounds like a plan. One a month sounds like a good time.
All right, there we go. Cool. We better get going for August then, or we start in September.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll figure it out. Could do a commentary track, and maybe edit it down a little bit.
A lot of it, hopefully.
A lot. Well, yeah, a lot of it.
Nah, release the full tape.
Included with just us being quiet for like 10 minutes until something funny happens that we can respond to.
Dude, we will not shut up during the movie.
True. The only reason any of the other times that we've ever watched movies like through Discord, and together in our home after buying the movie, definitely have never watched movies through Discord. Don't even ask that question. FBI or whoever's in charge of that. The only time we've ever done that, I've only ever been quiet because it's like, it's a movie. You're supposed to.
Yeah, we were actually watching. We weren't making.
Yeah,
anything.
but if you,
Oh yeah.
but if you're telling me I'm doing movie commentary, I can talk. I could talk on my own the whole time, so we're good.
When me and my friends watch Pokemon anime, we will not shut the fuck up.
Guys, I'm trying to listen to I want to know if Ash Ketchum's gonna save Pikachu.
There are times where I have to be like, guys, shut up. I want to listen and back it up. But like, that's honestly few and far between.
Yeah.
More often, we'll pause it and be like, did that just fucking happen? We had an episode that was batshit insane near the end of... We're at the end of the Gen 5 anime. Mm-hmm. Where Behem have hypnotized everyone in an entire town, and the only people who were not hypnotized are Jesse, James, and Ash. And it's revealed that the reason that they were not hypnotized is quite literally because they are too stupid to be able to be hypnotized. And all three of them just get so mad for a second, and the Behem are using Meowth to talk. They're like, sorry, we didn't mean to say because you're idiots. We meant to say because you're gifted.
Oh god.
Wasn't Pikachu also one of the ones that weren't hypnotized?
Well, Pikachu started off hypnotized, and then Ash knocked it out.
Oh, okay, so it's different. Okay.
So it's a little different.
Right. I don't know. I like the idea.
The way I interpret it is that Pikachu's friendship with Ash makes Pikachu stupid.
Pikachu's brain cell count has been dropping severely since the first episode. It's just a downward chart of its IQ level.
Stupid by association.
Once it took out all those pharaohs, it was done. It was done so for him.
Once you knew the stupid started to set in when he slapped away that Thunderstone. Come on, man, what are you doing? Would have helped you so much.
Dude, we could have just done it.
Bozo. No, I like my stats the way they are now. I'm just gonna win through the power of friendship. Okay, bud.
I like Pikachu. Pikachu, you don't have to evolve. It's like, kind of do.
What did he end up doing with that Thunderstone, anyways? After he slapped it away. After Pikachu slapped it away.
Oh, you don't know?
Did he just keep it with that for The decades after, or
So you're talking about when Ash first got the Thunderstone,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, after Lieutenant
So
Finch.
in the Sinnoh anime, there's a point where Pikachu once again is up against a Raichu that kicks its ass. And Ash pulls out the Thunderstone and is like, I still have this.
Mhm.
And Pikachu's like recuperating in the center
Yeah.
because it got its ass beat hard. And Ash leaves it on the windowsill and leaves it overnight. And then it's like, oh, will Pikachu take it? Won't it? And Ash gets up in the morning and Pikachu and the Thunderstone are both gone. And it's like, oh shit. It turns out Pikachu woke up and was training. Team Rocket stole the Thunderstone.
oh, that's what happened.
So Ash found out Team Rocket stole the Thunderstone and then just kind of let them keep it.
I guess that went differently in my head.
So, yeah, no, Team Rocket has the
Yeah, I thought I
Thunderstone.
remember like Pikachu like slapping it away from Ash or something like that, and then that was like the message, like, no, I'm not gonna take it.
I think he does slap it out of his hand, but Ash put it back in his
And he
bag
put it in the
off
windowsill.
screen.
Yeah, got it.
Ash asks Pikachu why he doesn't want to evolve, and Pikachu responds that, like, he says, Pikachu just starts talking in English, and it's like, Ash, we can't just ruin decades of
Can't
branding.
just ruin our
Ash,
my marketing.
I am very
Yeah.
marketable right now. A Raichu just doesn't do it for the kids.
Look, you show a parent a random little creature. What do they say? They go, "Oh, is that a Pikachu? We can't throw that away."
Yeah.
That's marketing, baby. No one says, "Is that a Raichu?"
Dude, if I'm a Raichu, this is gonna go straight back to Poliwhirl or whatever. Like,
You're getting a Clefairy.
I won that battle. It's gonna be me. They're already talking about adding Eevee to the mix. Nah, not happening.
Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu as well. That's what I'm saying.
That's not gonna happen with Raichu. Let me tell you. No one wants to play Let's Go Raichu.
I mean, no one wants to play Let's Go Pikachu either, but
Fair.
Hey, some people like the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, and some people like meth.
Not me, but
Some people like me.
Some people like meth. I
Playing
don't.
Let's Go Pikachu is addictive.
Hey, Spyro.
I
Let's
mean,
Go
is it
Pikachu
dumb?
was easy to put down. Not
Very
so much.
Yeah, it was very easy to put down. I did it very quickly. No. My favorite is when the only other like stone evolution that I really remember is Brock's Ludicolo in
Yeah.
Gen 3.
yeah.
Because it was a Lombre and it just stole some girl's water stone.
Yeah.
It just like reached into her bag and it was like yoink, and then he evolved into Ludicolo, and I love Ludicolo a lot. He's just kind of a
Ludicolo's a
guy.
vibe.
He's just good. He's just a guy. He's just chilling.
Dude, Ludicolo's great.
And I always remember thinking and Brock was like, "I'm sorry." I was like, "No, it's fine. That's what water stones are for." But it was just really funny. That Lombre was just yoink. This is mine now.
Oh, what's happening to my hands?
What's going on here? I can't think of any other stone evolutions in Pokemon that like happen in the anime. I feel like they don't happen too often.
Stone evolutions that
Really,
happen
someone
in
evolved
the
their
anime.
Oh yeah, there was the one episode with the three brothers, and they all had the EV evolutions, and they were,
Yeah, but no one evolves an Eevee in that episode.
yeah, they all have the stones. Yeah, they have the stones. So
They have the stones.
They don't evolve an Eevee.
Let me think here.
and they're like, Eevee, you're my best friend, and it's like midnight, and it evolves into an Umbreon. They're like, why is it black?
Oops.
B. What the?
I don't think Ash ever evolves a Pokemon with a stone.
Yeah, I can't think.
I'm trying to think if he does.
I can't think of any of Ash's Pokemon that evolved via stone. I can.
I don't know. There is any.
Other than.
Just thinking
other
of
than
that
Pikachu-
scene where like flashback to all the Pokemon that you had.
Yeah, I can't.
I feel like there's definitely one that I'm forgetting. I don't know his Gen 7 team that well. I don't know.
Yeah, I think maybe they just kind of avoid them just so they don't have to. They don't have to explain stones in the anime. Maybe.
I mean, they talk about stones all the time.
Yes.
It's not like they ignore stones.
Maybe just
I
because
don't
kind
know.
of boring way to evolve
Evolve.
thing in the story.
Maybe because the evolutions are typically kind of like a anime character moment.
Yeah. It was like a story thing behind it.
Yeah.
Whereas like here's a rock, okay, it's done. That's a little too transactional.
No,
for a
we
story.
have seen stone evolutions happen in the anime. Just I'm trying to think of an instance where a main character does one.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Not a stone. Ash's Gligar evolves into Gliscor with the Razor Fang or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Because he gets the the episode is like he comes across Gary. Gligar is like afraid of everything. Gary's like, you could evolve your Gligar, you just need a Razor Claw. And Ash is like, what's a Razor Claw? And Gary's like, this is a Razor Claw. Holds one up, gives it to Ash, and is like, here, it's yours. Use it when you want. And Gligar's like, give me! And Ash is like, Gligar, no, not until you've earned it. And then Gligar, I guess, earns it like 5 minutes later.
What? Gary Oak?
Yeah, Gary Oak.
Yo, shut.
Because by Sinnoh, Gary and Ash don't, hate each other.
Gary Oak is in Sinnoh?
Yeah, Gary motherfucking Oak.
Gary motherfucking Oak, man. I got a bad and I got a... Yeah. Oh, wait, no, actually, no, you're right. Because I feel like I remember Gary and Dawn interacting.
Yep.
Yeah. Gary Oak's kind of sick.
You're the poetry guy's grandson!
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Gary Oak is kind of sick, dude. I think you need to be an adult to realize it. But Gary Oak's kind of a badass.
Dude, you know what I've learned more than anything watching the Pokemon anime?
Power of friendship.
Becoming an adult is just associating with Team Rocket and identifying with them more and more.
It's like the same thing with
Like, aren't they
Squidward and
16?
SpongeBob.
Team Rocket?
Yeah.
I mean, sure, supposedly. I mean, supposedly Ash did his entire journey at the age of 10, so...
Yeah.
It's Japan. Just Dustin, you've watched enough anime. It's Japan.
Yeah.
I stand by the fact that each generation, Ash gets about 1 year old.
I was about to say they all happen in a week.
No.
That's the only way
They
his
take
age
like
makes
about
sense.
a year or so.
The only possible way it can make sense is the entire Pokemon anime takes place in like 3 months.
Yeah, each region takes about a week, which is about how long it takes to complete
No,
the games, which makes sense.
There's a number of times where they specifically allude to the passage of time. For example, Ash will be like, or they'll be like, Ash, you're participating in the Hoenn conference? That's awesome, but it's not going to be for another 4 months. And Ash is like, damn.
I don't understand
So, like,
time.
Right, so you can definitely piece together how time works. Not easily, but you could piece it together.
Has the time, though. Dude, all I know is that Ash got like 30 Tauros, and I think that's funny every time they are brought up.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's funny. It's like
I believe the official number is 29.
Idiot.
Man,
Moron. 30 Tauros.
Wait.
That's insane. Who would have 30 Tauros, Matt?
No.
Let me-
Wow, you make it sound like I was being mean.
No, but
Let
I
me-
am.
I'm gonna go stare at a screen with my face a centimeter away from it to destroy my eyesight, just so I can get prescription glasses to shove them up my nose, so that I know that it's 29 and not 30. Why didn't he get the 30th one?
Well, actually, I can tell you why.
He could have done it. He opened the franchise. He opened the fast food franchise.
One already had
So,
like a crack on
as-
the ear, so I was like, oh, that's
So know how when you enter the Safari Zone, you get 30 balls?
Yeah.
Oh.
The first ball he throws is a complete mess.
And he
He
banks
nails
the
the
other
last
29?
The other 29, technically we don't see every single one get caught, but it's implied that every single other ball was caught.
Damn.
Technically, Ash didn't even catch all the Tauros. Some of them were caught by Brock.
Give us those odds in the game.
Huh?
Give us those odds in the game. What the hell? 29 out of 30?
Oh, really?
And he didn't.
Dude, that's why there's a speed run of Pokemon Yellow that's called Ash Percent, which is you beat the game, but you have to get all the Pokemon that Ash got in the order that he got them.
Oh, wow.
And that includes having to go into the Safari Zone and get like 29 Tauros. And everyone hates it.
That's
Because it takes
funny.
hours.
Dude, you
Because Tauros is not even common in the Safari Zone.
that's actually incredible, because there's no way the people writing the first Pokemon anime would know that was even like they would never have conceived of that being a possibility, of that being a thing.
Mhm.
They just
Yep.
did a bit, and now it's annoying people for years, and I love that.
Yeah. Well, no. Well, actually, you have it a little backwards there, Matt. So they did the anime, right?
Yeah.
But then Pokemon Yellow came out based on the anime. So they specifically changed certain things in Yellow to mimic the anime. For example, only in Pokemon Yellow can you get Pidgeotto in the wild at like level 8 or 9 in Viridian Forest. Even though Pidgey evolves at like 16 or 17.
Sure, but I don't think they expected anyone to like.
To mirror Ash's journey to that extent. True.
Yeah, they didn't.
That's fine. I thought you were more saying you didn't think they thought it was possible.
No, definitely possible. I just like when whoever in the boardroom, in the writer's room, came up with guys. I think it'd be hilarious if Ash caught like 29 Tauros. There's no way that anyone in that room thought, dude, that would suck if someone would try to speedrun Ash's team. It was never even thought of. But now, yeah, but now there are people that are annoyed by that one little bit.
Dude, it makes the category take like several hours longer than it has any right to.
I call this Tauros skip. It's when I catch 29 Tauros at once.
Nah. You know what my favorite part is, though?
Yeah.
If you remember correctly, that episode where Ash gets all the Tauros, that episode never came out in America.
Did it not?
No, because that's the episode with all the guns.
I feel like I remember seeing that episode though.
Not in English.
I must have watched it later then.
Maybe.
That's funny.
I
Okay.
can tell you
Oh, that
it was
is-
not an English episode.
Oh yeah, because it's the Safari Zone that Team Rocket pulls up on the guy
Yeah.
with the guns, huh?
Yeah.
Is that before or after the episode where James has really big boobs?
After.
Hmm.
The Legend of Dratini, which is the gun episode in the Safari Zone. That's about episode 35? And Beauty at the Beach, which is boob episode, was about, I think it was 18.
Such a great episode.
What was that?
Such a good episode. It's funny.
Yeah. My favorite is when we watched that episode in my disc collection.
Yeah.
It was the entire English episode for the boob one. because they eventually released it in English, just cut that one scene. But the disc included that scene and it just all of a sudden swapped to Japanese.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Hypothetically speaking, talking about your disc collection when you showed me it,
Yes.
the alleged disc collection that you have, that's just a bunch of burned DVDs of the Pokemon anime.
That is 100% legal. Don't at me, FBI.
It is alleged. Allegedly, you have this.
Yeah.
Allegedly, you have
Just
this.
not be proven.
Yeah.
Where did you get it?
eBay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone's just burning the entire Pokemon animated DVD.
No. They did because their account was banned about 1 week after I bought it.
That.
So I'll let you make of that as you will.
That's hilarious. It literally is just a box of blank DVDs.
Oh, it's a box of like 140 blank DVDs. It's a lot.
It's so funny.
The one thing I do kind of feel bad. Here's the thing. So I will go ahead and say this. I don't condone piracy. The only time that I will condone piracy is if there is zero way for me to obtain the medium without, like, the money that I'm paying for it going to the people who created it. If Pokemon put all of the anime on a streaming service, then I would not have done this. I would have paid for the streaming service. They get their money, I get the material. The only way to legitimately watch this stuff, what?
I'm saying Lord knows they need it.
Yeah. Small.
You know, the only way I legitimately could have gotten these would have been to track down, like, the box DVDs on eBay, where each one goes for, like, $100, and Pokemon, the company, won't see any of that money anyway.
Yeah. I mean, that's just kind of the argument with piracy in general. Or, like, or, like emulation, where it's, like, you really expect people to buy... Like, yeah, I'm gonna go buy. I'm a casual gamer that just wants to play Pokemon Fire Red. I'm definitely gonna go buy a copy of it for $70.
That is part of the that being said, I do feel a little bad about the collection I have because it actually included the anime up to as far as it went at that point in time, meaning I actually have the DVD for several episodes that are on Netflix.
A recent season,
you know,
Netflix?
Huh?
A recent Pokemon series on Netflix?
All of the Gen 7 anime and Journeys is on Netflix.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, it is nice that they've been putting their, like, they've been doing a lot more of, like, the side things on, like, YouTube and stuff.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's nice. I feel like that.
But and I will say that in a way Pokemon makes money from their older episodes, but like insofar as they stream random episodes on Twitch.
They do that.
It'd be pretty hard to follow along with the anime doing that.
I have caught those once in a while, which is kind of weird.
I never watched them, but I, follow them on Twitch, so I noticed when they're streaming them.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe they'll catch up. They'll catch up to the future. I think I think the alleged collection of discs you have is pretty cool and pretty funny.
The alleged collection of discs,
especially the alleged image that when I allegedly saw them in person, I thought it was very funny.
Is it what you were expecting?
It's just crazy to see a box of blank discs.
Just for reference, this alleged collection is in an alleged shoebbox.
of just DVDs.
Dustin, if you want, I can allegedly show you a photo.
With this words written on them. It's
The worst part is that it's just the word Pokemon and then just a number. So it's like 68, 69, 70. So like if you were like, Rob, I want to watch the Sinnoh anime, I genuinely don't know which DVD I would start. I'd have to figure it out.
it's just the episode numbers.
So it's so it's every disc is 10 episodes.
Oh, so you have like Pokemon 1, and that's 1 through 10.
Yes.
Pokemon 2.
However,
20.
the issue is that no one, like, even online websites disagree as to how to number the Pokemon episodes. And the reason is that the release order of the episodes in Japan is slightly different than the release order in English. And on top of that, there are episodes that were released in Japan that were never in English. And on top of that, there are 2 episodes that are considered episodes 38 and 39 in Japan that are technically, I guess, considered special episodes in the United States, so they're not even numbered.
Damn.
It's a whole mess. That's why, like, when people ask me how many episodes there are, I say about 1,200. Because honestly, depending on what you count as an episode or not, it changes the number. And it's just kind of silly like that.
If only it could just be as easy as every episode has a number.
Yeah, if only.
If only. That would be insane.
That would be insane.
If only it could be so easy.
But yeah, we're getting close to the Gen 6 anime, and I'm excited. We saw our first Gen 6 Pokemon in the anime.
There's a Gen... Yeah.
It's Helioptile.
Helioptile. Oh, the guy. I like that guy.
Yeah. Electric Lizard.
Yeah, I like that guy. He
Couple
works
years.
well in... He works well in rain teams.
Does he?
Yeah, because he has dry skin.
Oh, okay.
His ability...
I don't know that. I would not know that.
Yeah, his ability is dry skin, which means he heals in the rain. And then he also
Cool.
has access to thunder, which has 100% accuracy in rain.
Cool.
He works well on rain teams. And the wait, is Helioptile the little guy?
Yeah, Helioptile is the little.
Yeah, the little.
Heliolisk is the evolution.
I like the little guy. Rob, did you get those plushies that you ordered that one day? You ordered
I did.
Yeah. That's cool.
What plushies did you order?
I got some new Pokemon ones. Let me think here. Huntail, Torterra. What were the other ones I had gotten?
It's crazy that he remembered Huntail, as Huntail is the second most forgettable Pokemon of all time.
Nah, I love Huntail.
Huntail. Look, you can love Huntail. My favorite Pokemon is a blue orb with legs. But Huntail is one of the only other more forgettable Pokemon than Huntail is Gorobus, which I'm pretty sure is like a similar evolution line or something.
I don't see my other ones from where I'm sitting, so I'm not positive what the other ones I'd gotten were. But I'd gotten a couple of them.
Until
'cause
that
Rob
blue
was-
eel thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's Clamperl's evolution.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like snakes.
Rob got that day, and then I started looking at them, and I saw the Pelipper one, and I thought he was very funny, so I got the Pelipper one.
Nice.
I love Pelipper. He's a cool guy.
Yeah?
Yeah. Pelipper is top 10 Pokemon for me.
Really?
Yeah. He's a cool guy.
Oh, that's not the level I wanted to go in. I'm surprised Pelipper's top 10 for you. I would not have guessed that.
He's chill, man.
I'll have to remember that for the next time I have to do your Pokemon.
Next time you
Or
build
make
it.
your Pokemon
If
team.
any of you had gotten Pelipper, that would have been huge. Because I have never really talked about about Pelipper.
Matt, you know what you should have done? Is when we had to make the Pokemon teams, you should have said, oh, and just to make things interesting, no Oddish.
I should have just been like, you know what? Pick my favorite Pokemon that aren't grass types.
You have to make me a team, but you're not allowed to put any grass
No
types
grass
on it.
types, because grass types is a cop out. With the
True.
exception of Leafeon, being the evolution, my favorite evolution, grass types is a pretty solid guess. But yeah,
Yeah, you love your grass
I
types.
do love grass types. They're cool. They're chill. Grass type Pokemon
Yeah?
are pretty cool, man. And I love having 10 billion weaknesses.
Yeah.
I love having
Hmm.
so many weaknesses. Every it's just seems like every Pokemon has just access to a move I'm weak to.
To be fair, I'm in a very similar boat, Matt, because my favorite type is ice.
I think you do have more weaknesses than grass, but you are one of my weaknesses, so I think it evens out.
Maybe.
I think grass being weak to bug is ridiculous.
What about you, Dustin? What's your favorite Pokemon type?
Fighting.
You know, it's funny. I was gonna say I have a guess. And my guess
The
was
fucking
fighting.
monk. He's a monk.
It's cool. They
and
just
through.
punch each other.
It is kind of insane that there are Pokemon that like shoot fire. It's just D&D all over again. You have people that shoot fire and ice, and people that do magic, and people that like mess with your mind.
And Dustin's there just beating the
Dustin's
shit
over
out of
here
him.
and Dustin's over here just spamming the A button for punch.
You see
Like
this one bodybuilder with 4 arms? That's
Hey.
sick. Why wouldn't that be your favorite?
It's like,
So, who is your favorite Pokemon? Then?
Favorite Pokemon? Chimchar.
Yeah, I guess I could have gone.
Yeah.
which makes sense because it evolves into Infernape.
Yeah.
He was a punchy boy.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Dustin, know what's cool?
It's cool.
Your favorite type is super effective against Rubs.
It's
That
what
means
against
you win.
Rob.
Fighting super effective on ice.
Fighting is super effective against ice.
Dude,
Oh.
get wrecked. I'm gonna break your ice.
Hell yeah. Have you ever tried to punch ice?
Reggie
Pretty
Ice?
effective.
Dude, wait until you see this octopus wearing a mask. It's done for, kid.
the octopus that isn't a water type lives in the water.
Wait, octopus wearing a mask? White?
Got blocked.
Oh, it has a mask.
Well, it's not
Yeah.
wearing a mask, but I think like the design is supposed to be like a luchador mask. It's not
Oh,
literally
yeah.
wearing a mask, but
It's got like
I was like,
it's got like a little.
the only fighting octopus I know is Grappler.
Yeah, it's got both evolutions, the pre-evolution Clobbopus, I think it's called.
Yeah.
They both have kind of like an eye thing. Like there's a different accent and color around their eyes.
Huh.
So it does kind of look like a mask or maybe like goggles. Yeah, but they're not water type. Was it Gen 7? No. 8?
What?
I think it's 7.
7?
What?
Grapple.
No, they're Gen 8.
Oh,
Gen
okay.
8? I don't.
Yeah, they're Gen 8.
I never remember.
Sword Shield.
Dude, I genuinely. I think the biggest sign that I'm getting old is I don't know Pokemon generations anymore. Anything after Gen 5 is all a blur for me. And I never thought I'd get to this point. And young me would be very upset with me. But anything after Gen 5 I think is just it's all the same, man. I don't know the difference. What's an Eternatus?
Yeah. There was a moment when I was streaming where chat had to remind me that Draclawok was a Pokemon.
Dracolocked?
Draclawok.
What is that?
So, do you know Dreepy?
Oh, the weird little guy?
Yeah,
Guy-
from Gen 8.
Yeah, the weird little dragon guy.
So, Draclawok is the name of the middle stage. And chat was like, Draclawok. And I was like, that's not even a Pokemon.
There's a middle stage before the guy that... doesn't the final evolution shoot Dreepy?
Yes.
There's a middle stage?
Yeah.
Yes.
What? Wait, Dracula. Pokemon. Nope, that's the fossil. I found Dracozolt. I don't believe that is what I'm looking for.
No. Drakloak.
I'm gonna look up Dreepy evolution
Go for it.
and go with that. Bulbapedia. Shout out to Bulbapedia.
Yeah?
Oh, what the fuck? Who is this?
Dracolock.
Who is this? Why
I
does
know
he
that guy.
exist? Wait a minute.
No, it's just like, this isn't real.
Bulbapedia is lying and corrupt.
I've always said this.
I've always said this. Bulbapedia is a cabal.
Yeah?
And they're corrupt. They're all being paid by Big Pharma. Because I do not know what the fuck a Dracloak is. But it's not a real Pokemon. They put a fake mon in there. And are trying to sell it to me. And I'm not having it.